Hi, I'm Andrew Michalek, a graduate student at UC Davis studying viticulture and enology. Today, I'd like to show you around the sensory building at the Robert Mondavi Institute. So let's get started. The Robert Mondavi Institute for Wine and Food Science was established in 2001 with a $25 million gift from Robert Mondavi. The Institute's mission is to enhance the public understanding of wine, brewing, and food sciences.
Sensory is the ultimate test of any kind of research that we do. The sensory facilities at UC Davis are some of the best that I've seen around the world, and these allow us to do very detailed studies of the sensory properties of wine and other beverages and food that we couldn't do without these facilities. And we have some of the top sensory faculty members in the world to use those facilities.
Davis is unique in the sense that we have 3 sensory science professors. Most other places have only 1. So we have 2 in food science and 1 in viticulture and enology. So we have a much larger program than many places.
Sensory and consumer science has many applications in the industry. Especially sensory evaluation is used for quality control, but also to guide the development of new products. This building is unique. It's one of the very few buildings in the country and even in the world that is fully dedicated to sensory science.
I graduated UC Davis in 1983 with a degree in consumer science with an emphasis in sensory science. Our primary goal is to have the person and the product together. I think this facility really allows that to happen.
Basically, any food product could be evaluated with a sensory panel. This also goes far beyond the food products because sensory evaluation could also be applied to non-food products like cosmetics, personal care, sportswear, sport equipment, cars. Any consumer good could be evaluated with sensory panels and needs to be evaluated because we need this feedback from consumers on how they perceive, how they like their food or any other product.
I've spent a lot of time in the sensory theater. Let's take a look at this innovative learning space.
The sensory theater is really unique in the sense that we can easily serve panelists by walking through the aisles with carts. It allows us to put up sensory booths so we can separate panelists from each other, whereas they can still see the person in the front. It works incredibly well for teaching purposes, but it also works well for research purposes. So the room also has positive pressure, which means that no odors can come into the room and all the odors in the room get pushed out.
Sensory analysis is incredibly important for wine, chocolate, coffee, and so much more. Let's take a look inside of one of the labs.
In the Gennard lab, there are 3 main areas. First area we have are the sensory testing booths, and these booths are the environmentally controlled booths where we also are able to change the light settings on it, and we typically use red lights. We also have the prep area, and finally we also have the conference room, which also doubles up as a focus group room. That room can be used for discussions, where we use it for descriptive testing, but also for focus group rooms where we can shut the door and make use of the one-way mirror to do consumer testing and to gain insight on the new consumer product.
The De La Rue Lab mainly focuses on research around how we can better measure sensory perception in the real world. So we do research, for example, we have an immersive room where we have 360 video cameras that immerses a participant in an environment that is more like how they would actually consume food. And then my research in particular focuses on how we look at foods and how categories and labels affect our perception of foods. So the hands-on experience that I gained from the lab is really important to me because in the future I would like to go into consulting. But more importantly, I hope that the methods that I learn in the lab and develop in the lab can really help me implement better solutions for people in the industry.
The thing that really sets this department apart, I think, is just the history and where we've come from and how we've integrated sensory science. And it's not just about a taste test, but it really comes into a science and understanding consumer behavior to make products better for everyone, make better for all of us.
I trust you've enjoyed your tour of the Robert Mondavi Institute. To learn more about our future programs that are both educational and entertaining, please visit us at our website and sign up for our newsletter, or follow us on social media. On behalf of the Institute, thank you for visiting.